What is up, my viewers? Spang here, bringing you a World of Tanks viewer-submitted replay commentary. This is going to be a match from Never Aim yet again. He is platooned up with Laser Brain, and it is a standard battle on airfield. Now, Never Aim here is in the Object 140, a very solid tier 10 medium, and Never Aim says, we make this the right team, and you don't even write in caps lock. I missed the earlier comment, so I can only assume someone was saying that they got on the wrong team, and I can only assume that is because the enemy team has, it's pretty much heavy tanks versus medium tanks, and the enemy team has a lot of TDs, has one more tier 10, so there's a lot going for the enemy team, and not so much going for Never Aim's team, other than the fact that he and Laser Brain are on it. Laser Brain driving the 4202, a great hubby tank, not so great for clan wars. It looks like the M103 is saying we still like you, smiley face. Not sure what that is about, but medium tanks rushing the hill. The enemy bat chat looks like the Foch 155, the auto-loading menace, is pushing up this way. Not quite the menace it used to be. In fact, it has been heavily nerfed over the years, and kind of a shell of its former self. It's still very effective. I've seen it work quite effectively. But Never Aim not too happy with its positioning, saying, Foch, WTF are you doing up here? And he's right, the Foch should probably be somewhere else providing fire support, somewhere else where it would be vastly more effective. The enemy team actually having a good number of vehicles on their base. These 103 sitting way back there, not quite sure what they're hoping to do other than to provide a little bit of fire support towards the center, but all they're really doing in actuality is getting themselves exposed and possibly killed. Now this is a larger threat, this T110E3 pulling up here, and I assume Never Aim, as he should always, and as pro of a player as he is, would have Sixth Sense here, which would let him know the T110E3. Yep, there it goes. T110E3 was not aware he was there until he got shot. M103, not M103, T110E3, forgive me, there's threes in both of them. They're both American. My confusion, I guess, is understandable, but not really excusable. But still, E3 getting a solid shot off on what looks to be like the Foch. There is no artillery, in case I forgot to mention that earlier. And this enemy team pushing very hard up around this hill, and they know that they can do so because there's no TD support providing them any cover where the Foch 155 should be. Now, if he was there and giving any sort of fire support, the enemy team would probably be a lot more hesitant to do this, but all they have right now is the Waffenträger Panzer IV, and he's doing his best. The enemy team absolutely tearing into Never Aim's team here, taking out that bat chat, and right now they have quite a bit of ways to make up. The enemy team having a few thousand hit points, actually just about 1,500, I guess, if I'm doing really quick math and rough estimates, and a 2-tank lead. That hit point lead now furthering the gap even more. And this E75 and IS-8, the E75 actually still doing quite well. The IS-8 finally getting eliminated by an E75 pulling around the other side. Never Aim in a bit of trouble, although he's been doing a great job of side scraping here, getting another good shot off on that E100. Looking like he is firing just his standard APCR because he knows he doesn't need heat quite yet. Besides, he'd rather have more reliability and less pen than just take his chances with heat rounds with the way the enemy team is kind of rolling around the corner here, and a lot of tracks are being exposed. The enemy team kind of doing well for themselves, gaining a 4-tank lead, although hit points tell the true story. It's really not that large of a gap. It is still very easily closable as long as the remaining friendly forces play intelligently. Looks like that E75 is actually probably going to get himself killed, so much for that. Laser Brain still alive off somewhere on the hills to the south, and I can only assume he's being effective in his own right. At the very least, let's hope so. Looks like Never Aim will try to shoot that T49. Unfortunately, RNG says no, but he will get another chance right here. Kill number 2. And the E100, actually in a world of hurt, that Waffenträger finally coming in for the play here. I'm actually kind of curious to see post-game how much damage he does, but he is certainly being an influencing factor. Not quite sure where that bounce came from. I can only assume it flew high and ricocheted off the top deck because of the extreme angle, but it was very unlikely that it would bounce given that severe side shot. Never Aim taking his first damage of the map and earning himself, not map, but match, and earning himself and Laser Brain brothers in arms. So very effective play between the two of them. Like I said, I could only hope Laserbrain was being just as effective, if not more so, than Never Aim here, who has done over 3,000 damage and has 3 kills to his name. We'll see just how well his teammate does, but right there, kill number 4, ultra kill, and getting only a little bit more damage to his brothers in arms, denied because Laserbrain got killed by who is, I don't even want to try and say that guy's name, but the Waffenträger E100, the Waffle Monster on the enemy team. So I'm guessing that Laserbrain got pushed in on, as we can tell, around the southern bend along the waterfront. This M103 way across the way, Never Aim backing up and juking the shot, and the 103 getting very smart and hiding behind that rock. Never Aim not really wanting to drive out there and expose himself like his Leopard 1 did, and got killed for it. Let's see if that Leopard 1 bitches at Never Aim, and Laserbrain saying, a waste of a team. Batchat very hurt and easily killable, but Never Aim rather get this E100 off his backside and support his Waffenträger Panzer IV to see if he can actually save his teammate here and have at least a little bit of teamwork going. E100 exposed, gonna try and turn his turret. Never Aim gonna try and get by here, but won't have the clearance to do so. Gonna shoot him with the cogwheel and will damage him. Ooh, E100 had high explosive loaded for the Waffle. Did not pay off versus the 140. And E100 just doing that little face there because, as I can only guess, that he hit the 140 in the front of the turret with that high explosive round. Not a good place to shoot medium tanks, especially the Russian high-tier ones like the T-54 and the 140 and the 62, so on and so forth. Waffenträger looking like he sees the other Waffle, tier 9 anyway, not his complete counterpart, but it looks like the enemy IS-7 apparently is AFK. I don't know how you can say he's AFK when he's driven across the map. He might have disconnected. That is my only assumption there. Never Aim managing to kill that Waffle and saying this WT. Apparently he's not very happy with it. Oh wait, that was the E100 saying this WT, saying his teammate apparently is worthless in his eyes. Although the Waffenträger E100, the Waffle Monster, did have 3 kills, which is more than can be said for the Mouse and several other players on his team. The E100 having 4 kills, however. Damage gun moron. Oh, that's what he's talking about with the Waffle. The Waffle is responding saying his gun was broken and not much he could do. 103 ricocheting a shot, and that will be the end of him because the 140 will certainly load fast enough, and as long as Never Aim pens, there we go, he will get an easy kill shot. Batchat nearly dead. Never Aim here with over 5,600 damage. And the Waffle on his team still alive, able to provide support, although I'm not sure with how many hit points. Yeah, he's a one-shot. He's got to be very cautious. He's just kind of trying to stay alive. IS-7 still very near full health, and not really a problem, though. Never Aim's got plenty of shots left, 4 APCR, 8 heat rounds, and 1 high explosive just in case he ever needs it. Taking a shot at the last known location of that IS-7, or maybe he actually did spot it. Could just be a glitch in the replay. He apparently did not pen. Getting a kill on that Batchat. A Rampage getting himself a Radley Walters there. Can he get a Pools medal? We'll find out here soon enough. Well, he kind of has to if he wants his team to win. The IS-7 2 down low and not able to. There we go. Pulled back and was able to get a shot. Never Aim getting a little bit careless, but he still has over 1,000 hit points left to his name. So he still has a little bit of wiggle room, but he's got to be cautious if he doesn't want to die to the superior health of the IS-7. Or, ooh, he is a little bit exposed right there, I do believe. Got to be careful about coming down off this cliff as well. Will he lose some hit points? A little bit. 16, that's negligible. Probably won't cost him the match, although I may end up biting my tongue later and eating my own words at that. But we shall see. The 103, definitely an easy target. Had 600 something hit points left, I do believe. And wait, let's just hold alt. I do believe I can see that somewhere. Yep, 668. There we go. Which should be a 2-shot if Never Aim's smart about it. Ooh, don't ram him. There we go. Smart, losing a little bit of hit points, but nothing significant. And can he get off another shot before? There we go. I was going to say before the 103 is able to shoot him and knock off a few more hit points. Definitely didn't want that. He's going to need what he can get fighting this IS-7, though the Waffle is now engaged, but will probably die. Nope. The IS-7 turning his attention to never aim, managing to penetrate that front plate with heat. Good thing he'd shot there and not for the tracks. And getting another penetration. The IS-7 in a world of hurt now, finally aiming back at the Waffle, knowing that he needs to kill him more than anything, because he probably won't survive. Now, if I was at IS-7, I probably would have driven towards never aim, tried to get cover with the hill, but instead he backed up, got himself exposed in the open. A critical hit to the tracks for no damage. Never aim's last chance here to get the kill. Can he get it? He does. Kill number 10. I did not even hear what the Unreal Tournament announcer said for that. I'm not even sure what it is. But let's go to those post-game stats and see how everyone racked and stacked. And here we go, looking at these post-game screenshots. I mean, not screenshots, but results. I'm so used to calling them that from way back when on my YouTube channel. Mastery Badge Ace Tanker, I would be shocked if he did not get that. Getting his ×2 for nearly 5,000 experience and over 125,000 credits. A lot of ribbons and pins, a lot of medals, getting himself crucial contributions. So lost that Brothers in Arms, but did make up for it by getting crucial contribution, high caliber, Top Gun, and Pool's medal. You know, it actually didn't even occur to me that 13 of his team's 15 kills went to him and Laserbrain. Considering, I mean, still, he got 10 of those 13, but Laserbrain certainly had his contribution. And his team, you know, when he said waste of a team, he was not kidding. When you kill nearly everyone on the enemy team between you and your platoon mate, your team probably wasn't doing too hot, but let's see just how not hot they were. Looking like that Leopard 1 actually doing pretty well. Not a single kill to his name, but a lot of damage, so a good contributor there. Laserbrain coming up number 3 on damage, and looking like that Waffle getting 2 kills there as well, but actually kind of a lot of damage spread around here and there. Although not a lot of it really pulled up anywhere. A lot of people just not pulling their own weight. I mean, when you don't even break 1,000 damage in a tier 10, you're kind of not doing too well, especially in a Bat Chat or an IS-7. A Conqueror, come on, 1 shot for damage, my friend. You can do better than that. The enemy team, their Bat Chat doing pretty well for himself. The Waffle also doing very well. The E100, who apparently was shit-talking the Waffle, did worse in terms of damage dealt, but still, overall, the enemy team, that T-49, kind of getting caught out in the open and getting killed by Never Aim himself. I mean, it's hard to say that about anyone on this enemy team. It's hard not to say that, I guess, about anyone on this enemy team, because, I mean, he had 10 of the 15 kills. He killed most of these people. So, I guess that's really not too big of a factor. Still, a very strong carry, just under 8,500 damage, and the enemy team certainly working their way towards that goal as well, though a lot of underperformers there as well. Underperformers on both teams, and really coming down to like the top 4 or 5 that were carrying the most amount of weight for either team. Although I gotta say, that's actually kind of standard from what I see in World of Tanks. Even with all of his premium ammo fired, granted it wasn't much, most of it was standard, which is why he still makes a profit, although just barely. And let's see what else he got. A little bit of sniping damage, about 700 done from a distance of 300 meters or more. A lot of shots fired, 49, only 41 hitting, and only 30 actually managing to penetrate. We saw some of those were a little iffy. It was RNG, certainly. Hits received, 8 in total, but 4 for 4. 4 that actually hurt and 4 that did nothing. Damage blocked by armor, over 1,000, so certainly a contributing factor towards his survival. Not to mention that high explosive round that E100 just fired that did, what was it, like 4 or 6 damage, something like that? Something ridiculously small. It's hard to believe it did that little. But again, it looked like he shot him in the turret or the gun or something that just had super thick armor where it was pretty much all negated. So kind of the E100's fault a little bit, but I mean, people aren't used to aiming with high explosive. They just point and click. Artillery, E100s, whatever it is, it's usually just point and click with high explosive. Still, only 1 enemy vehicle spotted. Wow. Damaged 13 of the enemy 15 vehicles. 10 of those he killed. And damage due to players' assistance? Under 1,500, just a little bit. Base capture points. Apparently he had a little bit of defense points. I guess he can thank the IS-7 for that, for getting 1 defense point and a surprising little amount of distance traveled for how much he shot up of the enemy team. But still, I wouldn't say it's a small amount, but I would say it's the average amount you would expect to see from a medium tank in a standard match, not something that would be this considerable of a carry. But regardless, I think that's going to about wrap it up for this video. Thanks for watching. If you got a replay you think I should do a commentary on, check the description below for instructions on how to submit. If you want to find more ways to follow my channel or support my channel, also information on that in the description below. And any what's it, this has been Spang, and clearly, I am just oh so professional. Until next time, my viewers.
MLG Dynamo!